Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. So today's book of the video, there's another Annie's, but this time it is May of 1984, and it has a lot of stitching and stitchery in here. Needlecraft, how's that? Yeah, needlecraft, that's what it's called. Yeah, May 1984. I wanted to show you first this adorable, there's quite a few children's outfits in here. Look at this adorable baby crocheted rainbow. And then look on the behind, it's a ruffle, a rainbow ruffle. How adorable is that? And then of course we have our handy holders, and these are all needle crafted. You see, you can put your letter holder, your pencil holder, your notebook holder, you know, your notepad. Great little handy holders, it's called. And these are quilted actually. And then another little girls that I had to show you, these adorable dresses. Look at that, in 3 different sizes, 3 little sisters. Those are so adorable. And look at the Mary Janes they're wearing. So awesome. And then I know I showed you last time the bathroom toilet covers, but these are actually embroidered, and this is needlecraft. This is all sewn. This is fabric. Look at that. That is so beautiful. And this actually fits it. So this is the outside, and then when you lift the lid, you have a nice beautiful daisy. Very pretty. And let's see, there is one more thing I wanted to show you because I thought it was so adorable. And it was actually done in knitting. Where is it? A blanket that I wanted to show you that was knitted actually. It's called the honeycomb blanket with the matching pillow, and now I can't find it. Oh no. Usually I am better at having it ready, but I did not have it ready, so there you go. Let me see if I can find it here. But I loved it because it's something different. You just don't see that nowadays. And like I said, I feel like sometimes we neglect these old patterns that somebody has you know, put so much work into, when we can resurrect them and upgrade them, you know. Oh my goodness, I can't find it right now. Are you serious? Oh. But it is actually this one right here, and this is the honeycomb, and it is a blanket and pillow together. I can't believe I can't find it. I'm going to find it when I put the book down, and then I'm going to find it. Doggone it. But I wanted to show you. So today I wanted to tell you, talk a little bit about my ministry. I get a lot of questions, you guys. Oh, here it is. I found it. On how I choose. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It almost looks like a raised finish, where it actually, it's a honeycomb, and this is knitted. I wanted to talk about ministry because I get asked quite a lot as to how do I choose my charitable organizations, how do I choose them, how, you know, how do I know what to donate to them. Well, honestly, I've learned kind of the hard way. We have been doing this now for 6.5 years. Come August, we are going to be, ministry has been alive for 7 years come August, so August 16 in fact. And believe me, we have come a long way. When this first began 7 years ago, 2013, it was August 2013, I had no idea as to what I was doing. In fact, we only had like we only had like 3 or 4 places that we donated to that year. It's like we didn't, I just didn't even know where to look. And then finally one day, don't forget I do live in the city, and I ended up Googling, organizations, shelters near me, that kind of thing. And because I live in the city, all kinds of things pop up, so I tried to look at for shelters and different abuse centers and nursing homes and things like that. As I was looking things up, more and more things came up because I live in the city. I have noticed that when you go, like my son lives in central Illinois, it's not a city. It's small towns. They don't have as many of these organizations available to them. So if you're in a large city like I am, it's really easy. There's tons of them around, almost on every corner. There's somewhere to donate to. When you're in a smaller town, there's not that many. So of course, then you struggle. What do I donate to? I will suggest that almost in the small towns, it seems that there are a lot of churches of all different faiths that support um, some sort of organization, and that you can donate to. There's a lot of senior centers, nursing homes, veteran places that you can donate to. If you do not have, there's a lot of well-known organizations, for instance, like Warm Up America, that has multiple places that they send out to, that you can, just about anything you make, you know. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So when I first started, I did the Google search, and what is near me. And I did not send out anything outside of my area. I just kind of stayed within Illinois. And I slowly kind of, as I grew and as I got to know, I started kind of venturing out. At that time, I had some delivery ladies, and I made a couple of them. And I kind of delivered and chose the places to be where they were living at, in their areas where they would not have to go too far out. Now, when I do have a place that I find, and a lot of it also can be orally, if somebody tells you, hey, there's this charity near me, could you donate something to them? You are all welcome to put down any charity that is near you, that if you would like me to send something, I will be very happy to do so. You can email me. My email is down below, or you can just put it in the comments there. I will be more than happy to send something out to them. Also, if you know of any individuals that are going through any kind of illness or cancer or depression or abuse or anything that you think that maybe someone may need, a little lift me up blanket that I can make for them, to kind of, I find that when you make a blanket for someone, it really warms their heart to think that someone thought of them, that made something with their hands for them. I would be more than happy to do that also. So you are also, please feel free to message me, or, and let me know who this individual is, and I will send them out, no cost to anyone but to me. I would love to do that. But anyway, when I first see a charitable organization, I go on their website, because if you go on their website, you will find out everything you need to know. I look for several things. One, I want to know all about them. I want to know what they do. I also want to make sure, do they have a gift shop? There's a lot of places that have a thrift store that supports them. There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. That's awesome. I do not donate, though, to places that actually end up selling the items. And I only do that for one reason. I don't do it for any other reason except the fact that a lot of the ladies that crochet or knit, or, I even had a quilter at one time. they actually pray over these blankets. They put in a lot of time and effort, and with the notion that they're going to someone in need rather than being sold to someone, to anyone. So, and I also find that when you donate to someone in need, they feel a lot, they feel loved, that someone took the time to make something for them. And you know, a lot of the people that we do donate to, you know, they don't really get anything new. You know, they're used to more used or softly or gently used clothing or anything. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. So I'm not trying to be, you know, offending anyone here, but it's also always nice for them to receive something brand new that was only made for them. So for that reason, I do not donate to any place that has a thrift store. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I buy from thrift stores that support different organizations. I have no problems with that. I just choose not to with the crocheted items. I don't want them to be resold. I want them to go for the purpose that this ministry is for. Um, I also check if they have a subscribe button, and basically if they have if I can subscribe to their website where they can email me any news or any fundraisers or any special needs that they may have. I do that, and let me tell you, I subscribe to a lot of organizations. I also check their wish list. Almost every charity out there has a wish list. And all you have to do is go on that charity, click on there, and it will tell you what they need the most, what they actually are in need of, what they actually accept. One of the biggest problems I find with people who make donations, and it's not, and I think it's just because we are unaware. We think that every organization out there will take everything, and that is not true. For instance, there was a men's shelter that we donated to, and they in turn would give us yarn, because people were donating yarn to them. They were donating household items. They were donating things that they had absolutely no use for. And they would in turn, you know, they would tell us, we have a whole bunch of yarn that people donated, but you know, what are we going to do with it? So they would give it to us to make more items. So I think we tend to, when we have, you know, whole boxes of clothes or household items or whatever, we go to the first charity we see, and we donate it, thinking that they're going to use it. But a lot of them don't have any need for these items, and you know, in some places, if you don't check their wish list, like there's one place I've been trying to donate to, but they don't accept anything but monetary donations. They don't want any items, what they call in-kind donations. They just want monetary. Some places only accept gently used items. Some places only accept household items. A lot of women's shelters will accept household items, cleaning supplies, accessories, clothing, because these they do for the women usually have children, and they try to find them apartments. They try to find furnishings for them, house them, um, um, give them lessons on um, job interviews. So they look for things that they can wear for interviews, like accessories and jewelry and gently used suits and things like that. So these wish lists are very critical if you want to know what they will accept. Now, I will tell you, if you are planning to donate to a hospital, I would strongly advise that you check their wish list. Not so much that wish list of what they need, it's just that they have specifications of what, um, how to properly handle the items that you are donating to them. Hospitals are very particular about germs. They may request that you individually wrap each item in a plastic bag. Excuse me, my cat is on the bed. Um, or they may not want anything without a tag, or basically nothing used, but all brand new items. They might have specifications on baby blankets, for instance, something that I've learned by chance, because I was actually doing this wrong with the baby blankets. We were doing all these different stitches and beautiful patterns, but when you donate to anything with the NIC, or the prenatal, the baby blankets cannot have any gaps in them. They have to have, basically, the stitching has to be tight. It can't have any gaps for little fingers to get through. It's all about a liability to them. So we were not following that. We had no idea. And I actually ended up getting a really nice email from one of the ladies that worked there, if I could please not, they will not accept anymore, that they ended up donating it somewhere else. That is one thing I have learned, that even though nothing gets thrown out, they just donate it to somewhere else, you know. So please check the checklist. Please be careful when you donate to hospitals. They also are very cautious about if you're smoking, if you have pets, like pet hair. They really take that into consideration. So if you, I would advise you guys to wash your clothes, wash whatever you donate. Um, I do so because of the fact that I have a cat. And besides, yarn, you touch yarn, you feel yarn, some of the yarn is used or been in the basement. I make sure that it is all clean when I do send them out. I have noticed that a lot of ladies actually use conditioner when they wash their blankets or their items, that it's supposed to work really well if you are a smoker. I am not sure. I don't smoke, so I have no idea. But that's what they use, and they claim it's really nice and soft. And so please wash your items. It will give you a whole list of things of what they're looking for. If there is no wish list, you will click on the website where it says donate, and they will usually always have, the first thing you see is the monetary, and then the second thing you'll see is what they call in-kind donations, and that's everything else. If they don't have a wish list, then you can donate whatever. A lot of places now really are looking for gently used items. Let me see what else. I touched the hospital, right? Okay. When it comes to homeless shelters, I have been told by someone who was a great advocate for the homeless. He'd done a lot of documentaries on them, and he actually told me himself that when it comes to the homeless, and I do this a lot with the men, because the women, I just want to brighten their day, but with the men, and I know this sounded so bad what I just said, but I meant, he always says that we should use darker colored yarns. If you're making anything for them, crochet or knitted, always use darker tones, earth tones, because they get dirty and they are not able to wash their items. So anything bright colored, it's very noticeable when it gets dirty. So try to stay with the earth tones and things like that. I do follow that when it comes to the men. When I make them met hats and scarves and things like that, I go for the plain brown and the greens and but for the ladies, I don't really do that as much, because I find that I want to brighten their day where they feel beautiful. I want them to, you know, I want them to feel like they're feminine, that they're beautiful still. I went into a homeless shelter one time and I carried my homeless mats, and I use, my mats are very colorful. Let's put it that way. They're colorful because I just make them colorful. I use whatever yarn, plastic bags I can get. My hold on, and so a lot of times I can find the pink and the blues and the greens. So they're colorful. And one time I walked in and with these mats, and the children that were there, because we like to think that homelessness is just that guy on the street holding the sign, but homelessness is mostly families with children. And and they were just excited. Oh wow, look at the colors, and oh wow, they're so beautiful. And you know what? It brought him so much joy. So I know that I see the reasoning that we should use darker tones for them, but you know, I want it for the ladies and the children. I want to make him something bright and colorful that they can feel special. So yeah. Um, there was one more thing I wanted to say. When it comes to, a lot of people have asked me for like the cancer hats and all. Um, you know, what kind of yarn do I use? Do I use, you know, the soft yarn? I hear that a lot. And, you know, for someone who's, you know, I've had cancer 4 times. I've lost my hair twice. And the other 2 times your hair thins out. Even though if you know, if you're able, your hair may not fall out, but it does thin out a lot. And let me tell you, my one thing that I wanted to do when I lost my hair, because it is very traumatic to lose your hair. You don't realize how vain you are till you lose your hair, you lose your eyebrows, you lose your lashes. You will find out just how vain you are. And my one thing I didn't care how soft they were. And I hear this all the time. And people ask me, well, uh, you know, I only make soft hats. And I think I didn't care a hoot if it was soft. I wanted it to be beautiful. I wanted it to have a flower or a button, or I want it to be ornate. So people would not look at that I am totally bald. People would see what a beautiful hat I had on. So I'm always amazed at that, because I'm sure there are other women out there that have gone through cancer that they don't care if the hat is soft. I think they care that it's beautiful and makes them beautiful, because we feel like we lose our femininity when we lose our hair. So for me, if you want to make a cancer hat for women, make it ornate, you know, make it ornate. That's all I'm going to say. And that's just from experience for myself. You know, make it with the brim, make it like a flapper style. You know, what the heck? I would wear it like a basket of flowers or fruit, even, to anything to distract people from the fact that I am bald, okay? I am probably going to forget a whole bunch of stuff um, before I go. But that's what I do, you guys. I don't, you know, and I look at, and I will tell you the one thing that everybody has a use for. No matter what organization you look up, they all need a hat or scarf. They will accept that. Not everybody will accept blankets. Not everybody will accept a shawl or slippers or, you know, whatever you want to make them. But a hat and a scarf will go everywhere. There's almost, especially a hat. You can, and you will find that I make more hats than I do anything else, because I can donate them anywhere. Anywhere. Everybody needs a hat. You know, everyone needs a hat. You know, not everyone needs a shawl, but that's just some of the things that I do. Um, Again, I can't stress enough. If you are not sure where to donate, or you know, you can just look up a lot of the larger organizations like Warm Up America or the Cancer Society. You know, multiple places that are so well known. They have so many chapters throughout the 50 states that actually, you know, where you can deliver or send the items, and, you know, where you don't have to spend as much, if money is an issue with spending, you know, sending postage and all. So that's what I do. And I actually keep track of where everything goes. You can also save the receipts for any postage that you mail out. You can use that on your taxes also. You can claim that. You can claim, um, um, I believe, the miles also if you deliver. One of my girlfriends delivered for me, and she claimed it on her taxes. the miles themselves. Also, you will receive and make sure you leave your address on the box so they can send you a thank you card. And usually with the thank you card, you get tax, uh, the tax receipt where you can write it off on your taxes or claim it on your taxes. So please leave your address on there, or a mailing address where they can send it back to you. Believe me, they will want to send it back to you, and thank you for that. And I'm just going to leave you with one more thing, that because it's turning into a really long one, and I probably forgot half the things, but um, there is nothing that you could possibly make that is not worthy to donate. I know that a lot of us may feel that, oh, this is not good enough, or this is not pretty enough, or who would want this thing? Um, you know, uh, Trust me. I crocheted one time. I had all this stuffing, and I made throw pillows. And I thought to myself, and I had like 18 throw pillows that I made out of with all this stuffing that if someone donated, and I crocheted the throw pillows. I actually found an organization that helps refugees find housings, and they find them furniture and get them settled. When I donated those 18 throw pillows, they were so happy because there were two families coming in that night, and they could use that to decorate the apartment. There is nothing that you may think is useless, it's not important, or it's just simple. It's not, anything great. I'm just a beginner, or, believe me, another place that I donated baby blankets to and hats, and, she sent me a great thank you, the director, that now instead of spending money on buying these things for the babies, they can take that money and use it towards something else. Trust me, guys, whatever you make, there is a purpose for it out there. And if you do not know where to send it to, I will be more than happy to send it for you. If you have nowhere, there's a lot of organizations here on YouTube, a lot of channels that are donate to charities, and send it to them. Tabitha's Treasure, she's always looking for people to help her out with making items to send to charities. There is also Crocheting in Agreement. She does a lot of uh, uh, crocheting for organizations. Trust me, people are always in need. Even if it's one item that you make, it has a purpose, and it will be loved and appreciated by whoever receives this item. Trust me, I have seen it in person many times over, where I have personally handed a blanket to someone that was so far gone in addiction, that was verbally abusive to people, but yet when I handed her that blanket, her whole face just lit up, because I don't think that she has received love in a long time, and it made her feel special even for those first few minutes. So anyway, you guys, I hope this helps you all in some way, and I hope you stay blessed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.